Several weeks ago, a viewer sent me some information on loving kindness meditation, which is a specific form of meditation, and its ability to raise oxytocin levels naturally without any kind of exogenous supplementation. I looked into it, and I think it was a very interesting suggestion, and I think there's some very good points to be pointed out here. The main thing is, though, is when we take a look at it, we want to see that specifically what were the effects. So we're going to take a look at the AI overview and the study in question. Loving kindness meditation can be associated with increases in oxytocin, and studies show a dynamic relationship between loving kindness meditation and oxytocin levels, where training may increase oxytocin during meditation sessions and decrease oxytocin in response to stress. And if you go through here, let's see here. Long-term loving kindness training can alter oxytocin levels, potentially increasing them during meditation and decreasing. Yeah. So that is what we find here. And what they talk about in this study, and again, here's the study. If you want to type that in and search. Here's the abstract. Essentially, what we're talking about is, acute oxytocin response. So this is not where you're going to have raised really high oxytocin levels all the time if you're as similar as if you were taking a slow release oxytocin and building muscle with it. This is acute changes that would change day to day, moment to moment, and your body would produce a little more, a little less, etc. Basically, what's happening is you're retraining your brain to associate home. Okay, now this is my shorthand. Think about this. Oxytocin levels are extremely high when you're an infant. It's produced in breast milk, etc. All these things are happening between mother and infant. So we begin to associate certain responses. Say we grew up in a chaotic household, then we're going to have high oxytocin release in chaotic situations, and we're going to find ourselves attracted to chaotic situations and chaotic people. This is some of the basis, perhaps, of what's called the trauma bond. So you'll wonder why do I end up with people that do this to me and yada, yada, yada. Well, it could be how your body naturally responds to stress and the hormones that are produced around that. You find yourself attracted to the bad girls or the bad boys, whatever. So what they found with this study is that after loving kindness training at a specific retreat for this, that when tested later, if I'm understanding correctly, and go back, and if you find something wrong with what I'm saying, please correct me. Let's learn together. But what they found was that afterwards, when these people would enter a stressful situation, they would find that there was less of an oxytocin release then and during meditation. In other words, a peaceful, self-produced, positive environment, they would find higher levels of oxytocin than people that hadn't trained. So the idea there is you're basically retraining your brain. This really has nothing to do with muscle growth or anything like that, because the results would be so temporary and so situation dependent that it's still going to fluctuate more than what you would want to see with like a full-on hormonal blast of it to grow. But as far as retraining your brain, very interesting and potentially very valuable. I just wanted to pass this along and show that retraining your brain does have actual scientific, hormonal effects that can be measured. Thanks again to the viewer that sent this in. Very interesting suggestion. And again, if I got something wrong, please let me know respectfully and we'll discuss it. I'm happy to discuss it in the comments. Thank you.